At this time, I would like to introduce Representative Chuck Strohm. He has won the award for one of the most conservative freshman representatives, and I'd like for him to take over the mic and share some exciting news with you.
Well, good morning. Who is excited that we can say President Trump and not President Clinton? Yes. Is that not a glorious statement? I listened to the president's speech the other night, and if you've only read that speech online, but you haven't listened to the president give that speech, you've got to listen to it. Go watch the YouTube. It is incredible. It is inspirational. I was taking notes during the speech because I knew that I was going to share a few things this morning, and I've got a whole page of stuff. I mean, he was hitting every area, and it's exciting. Whether we're talking about a freeze on federal workers, who is excited about limiting federal workers? Who's excited about border enforcement and deregulation? The 2-for-1 rule. Yes. Folks, as a representative in Oklahoma City, I got to tell you, it inspired me. One of the things that it inspired me and started getting me thinking about is this limit on lobbyists who are politicians. They drop out of the legislature, out of Congress, and they start lobbying their buddies so that they can get not what's good for the American people, but what's good for special interest groups. I got to tell you, as an elected official, that is good news federally, and I think I would encourage you all to start calling the legislature and asking for those kind of limits to be placed on the Oklahoma City legislature as well. I got to tell you, when I heard about him touch on the issue of immigration reform, talking about border enforcement, calling radical Islamic terrorism, yes, it is about time. We haven't heard those words for almost 8 years. Folks, we're blessed. I don't know if you are like me, but I felt like our country we had one leg over the cliff. And God, in His grace and through prayer, had mercy on our country. He really did. I know that so many of us were praying. We were on our knees for days before the election, weeks, months, frankly, years. And it's incumbent upon all of us to continue. God's mercy and grace, it doesn't come without accountability. So I know that so many of you here, you love the Lord. Now is the time. It's not a time to just say, hey, we can finally breathe a sigh of relief. Now is a time to start talking about righteousness, about repentance, about what have we done wrong in our nation? How can we turn the corner? And how can we not just come back from having a leg over the cliff, but how can we truly become a nation under God once again? So if you feel like I do, please join me. Talk to your pastors. We've got Senator Langford. I had an opportunity. He shared last night at a dinner where he's got a bill to try to repeal the Johnson Amendment, which has handcuffed our churches for decades. It's about time that be repealed, because the church is the heart and soul of America, and we need to be engaged. One other, I won't take too much time, but one of the things that really God has put on my heart, the heart of my wife and our family, the heart of so many people in the legislature, is to protect the life of the unborn. And one of the things that we have this year is there's a resolution to ban abortion. And my wife has copies, and Shauna will be giving those to you, so anybody that wants a copy of that can have a copy. It's a one-page document, but when I interview legislative assistants to see if it's a fit, every year I've got to hire a new LA. So when I hire them, one of the questions I ask is, where does the authority of government come from? And these are students who many times are seniors or even recent grads from our top Oklahoma or wherever across the country, graduates of political science degrees. And I got to tell you, the answer is disheartening because they don't know. Those ideas that the right of government to govern comes from us, the people, and that our rights were given to us by God. Those are novel concepts for so many people. So what the resolution to ban abortion does is it says just 4 simple things. Number one, it says that the rights of people were given by God. They were written down in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. Then it shares that when someone murders an unborn child, that they're being deprived of those rights. Then it shares that the Supreme Court overstepped its constitutional authority when it chose, thank you, it overstepped its constitutional authority when it forced on the states this idea of abortion. Finally, it says that Oklahoma is a sovereign state which has been given constitutional right over civil laws. Those laws are the very laws that govern abortion. So then, those are the 4 wherefores. So every resolution has some wherefores, and then it has some therefores. Whereases, and then therefores. The therefore says that we, the legislature, call upon the executive branch to enforce the law. It's a very simple resolution, but it's a very novel concept. And it's something that hasn't been done before. So I would ask all of you, contact the legislature. Tell them that you heard about the resolution to ban abortion and that you want it to be heard on the House floor, because we need to hear from you all. There we go. So for the next speakers, I guess don't walk up to the front. But we need to hear from you all. You all have power. When it comes to what happens in Oklahoma City, it's unbelievable. There are lobbyists up there. They're lobbying on behalf of all the special interest groups. But you all have so much more power. You just have to make your voice heard. So I just want to thank you for the opportunity to share with you. Thank you for the honor of serving in Oklahoma City, for representing District 69. So I have Jenks, Bixby, and South Tulsa. So if you're in one of those areas, chances are I'm probably your representative. And God bless you, and God bless America.